With Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny hitting theaters very soon, I'm revisiting the Indiana Jones films. So today, let's talk about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Indiana Jones sets out to rescue his father, who has vanished while searching for the Holy Grail. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was released in 1989 and once again was directed by Steven Spielberg, and this time around we get to see Indiana Jones' father, played by Sean Connery. The film opens up really nicely with a younger Indiana Jones, which shows some of the trademarks we have seen between Raiders of the Lost Ark and Temple of Doom, with his whip and his hat. Everything that we know about Indiana Jones was nicely set up in the beginning of the film. But it's got a nice fun setup in the beginning and shows the complexities of Indiana Jones just within those first few moments. But we learn about our main plot of Indiana Jones' father that's gone missing as he is searching for the Holy Grail, and goes searching for his father and the Holy Grail as well. One of the highlights of this movie is the chemistry between Harrison Ford and Sean Connery, the relationship that does develop throughout the movie. It's a really complex relationship between the two. Indiana Jones feels like his father's not really there for him, and Henry Jones Sr. has a clear focus on finding the Holy Grail. So it has their ups and downs to the relationship, but there is chemistry there, and they play off of each other quite well throughout the movie. Indiana Jones' father is stubborn, but their on-screen chemistry is electric. It does have that quick banter between the two of them, but it ends up being a very heartfelt look at father and son and the ventures that they go on together. But just adds another layer to Indiana Jones and the emotional state that he is in when he is confronting some past trauma for his father. It just adds another layer to this character. As we've seen before in the past, that he's not a character that we idolize. He's not larger than life. He's vulnerable at times, but in this third movie, just with having his father in here, he has to confront certain moments between him and his father, and it just adds more depth to this character. And once again, the use of practical effects makes this movie very thrilling. There are intense action scenes in this movie where Indiana Jones has to outsmart the Nazis within this movie, but every single big action scene in this movie, including one on a tank, just adds to the excitement of the movie. Everything just feels very real with the stunts and the practical effects in here, but whatever obstacle Henry Jones Sr. or Indiana Jones comes across, it feels very believable and it's very thrilling. And then on top of that, John Williams' score once again is beautiful as it elevates a lot of these action scenes and just gets you so pumped with what you are watching. And I love the adventure feel to it, especially towards the end when they are searching for the Holy Grail and they have these obstacles that they are going through. It really feels like an adventure film. And each Indiana Jones movie has a distinct style to it and the way that they handle the adventure feel to it. But looking for artifacts and the history of everything for the Holy Grail and the adventure vibe to it is very strong, with large set pieces and those practical effects. Atmosphere for this movie is pure adventure, and I absolutely love that. It's not dark compared to Temple of the Doom. In terms, it's kind of similar to Raiders of the Lost Ark with some of its action in the story as well, but I still do appreciate Temple of Doom with all the risk that it took. But Last Crusade is more focused on father and son relationship, but also that adventure with it as well. Trying to find the Holy Grail, not letting it get into the hands of the Nazis. One aspect I love of Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade is that it feels like a group movie. It's not focused solely on Indiana Jones. We have his father involved in the film. Marcus, Brody, and Sala also join a lot of the movie towards the end. And I really do appreciate that we get to see some of the other characters that we loved throughout the film series highlighted more within this movie and have a lot to do. And I like that it did feel like a group effort towards the end of the movie with 4 people on this adventure trying to find the Holy Grail. And it only adds to the urgency of this movie and the importance of finding the Holy Grail. And I really like Marcus Brody stepping out of his role from the first film and the second film, now going on this adventure, and the return of Sala as well, one of the most beloved characters in the Indiana Jones franchise. So it's so cool to see some of these characters step out and do some more things within the film. Harrison Ford, once again, is really great as Indiana Jones, adding the humor to this movie. The banter between him and Sean Connery is spot on. You can see frustration at times and the thrill-seeking moments as well. I love Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, and nicely paired with him, Sean Connery, who I love as an actor. I loved him as James Bond, and it was so cool to see him in this movie. It was about a decade ago since I last saw it. I watched it in preparation for this video. I forgot how good Sean Connery is in this movie. Very stubborn, very smart, and you can see similarities between Indiana Jones and Henry Jones Sr. and how stubborn they are. Interesting to see the back and forth between, but also look at more of that heartfelt relationship that they have and watching it grow throughout the film. Sean Connery gets involved with a lot of the action scenes, but he does a great job playing this father that doesn't have the most perfect relationship with his son, so it does leave room for growth throughout the movie. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is a really good film. It's much better than Temple of Doom, and it's on par with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Even in the third film, it continued to captivate audiences with thrilling action scenes, practical effects, great combination between Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. The Last Crusade brought back those fun adventure feel to it that wasn't lacking in Temple of Doom, but it's more toned down this time around, and we're able to really focus on the action and the characters within this movie. And then also just the overall importance of the Holy Grail led to a lot of excitement in the movie, as so many people were after the Holy Grail. I think just that artifact itself, compared to the first and the second film, left a lot of people in awe that it was even existed. And so it was so cool to see everybody just fighting off against each other to find this Holy Grail, but just even knowing that it existed within this movie was so cool to see. But overall, I love this film. Delightful performance from Sean Connery. The charisma from Harrison Ford is there. I love this film. I remember watching it in college, and like a decade passed before I watched it, and I realized this is a really good film, and I'm having a really hard time figuring out what's better, Raiders of the Lost Ark or Last Crusade, and I'm still not sure which one it is. So before I give you my score for Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade an A+. Thank you guys for checking out my review for Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade. Have you guys seen it? What'd you think about it? Share some memories of this film in the comment section down below. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.